legs years ago. But anyway, this weekend there was a few things that happened, and I mentioned the very first, and I think the best thing that happened this weekend, honestly, and I'm not joking in any way. I'm not trying to undersell this. And I know I'm a baseball fan, so people can say I'm biased, but I thought it was realistically watching the Los Angeles Angels and the Cardinals. That's how sports are supposed to be played. That's how a person who is revered and gave everything to an organization and, delivered is supposed to be remembered. I absolutely love every single thing that I saw in St. Louis. Congratulations, baseball. You got it right. I bring this up in front because there's a couple things I want to talk about. Of course, we had another injury. We are going to talk about the netting situation and the stupidity of certain people out in this world who actually don't understand physics and want to argue with MIT physicians. They want to argue with statistical data. 1,750 people every single year go to the hospital because of foul balls. But no, we don't need to extend the netting. But it's okay. And again, people say they pay attention. 0.8 seconds. A ball going 100 miles an hour travels 150 feet in 0.8 seconds. 0.8 seconds is you're telling me that 6-year-old kid or even that dad who has a few beers in him or mom. One reason, by the way, also is that children and mothers have, and this is not me, this is statistical data. It's actually 8-to-1 injury ratio over men at baseball games. 8 women and children are injured for every man at a baseball game. 1,750 people are injured a year. 8-to-1 are kids and women.
I mean, at this point,
but we don't want to take care of the kids and the women. We don't want to extend the netting because, damn it, they might catch a foul ball down the third base line.
I don't get the point. I don't get anybody's take when they say that it shouldn't be done at this point. It just needs
ignorant.
to be done.
It's all you're not doing is reading.
And yes, and I get it has been like that forever. But
anyway,
things change.
MIT physician, again, who came out and did over 10 years, baseball, every single game, and where the injuries happened. 80% of them happened in this what is called the 20% danger zone. And guess where that danger zone is? It's right where the netting's not. And the most injuries happen there. And again, people are like, when somebody gets killed, we're going to talk about it. We've already had people killed. What are you talking about? I don't know why nobody noticed. There have been people killed. There have also been coaches killed. Third base, first base. Yeah. Look it up. Minor leagues, high school, pros. It's happened everywhere. But no, we don't want to extend it. Because of what? I mean, the guy who's sitting behind it, like they said it, the dude who is literally sitting right behind home plate. This is an MIT physician, and this is their quote. Will not experience a ball traveling over 100, like in 18 miles an hour. That's not going to happen because you foul tip the ball backwards. It's not going to increase the speed like a ball that's going down the third base line, 115 to 120. That's why I'm using 118 because it's about the average. That's where you have, like I said, 0.8 seconds to react. And it's wiping out people left and right. And yet people are still blaming the people. And they don't want to look at baseball teams because you're saying, well, you should know when you go to a baseball game, blah, 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 blah. Dude, when pitchers take the ball off the dome of their damn head, do you think they're not aware of what they're doing? They're playing the game. Eventually, headgear will be worn by baseball players. It's going to happen. You can sit there, and a lot of people doubt me because, baseball players don't want to do anything to not look cool. And I agree with that. They want to do everything they can to look cool. I'll admit I was one of them when I was younger. I'm a little bit older and a little bit wiser, and I've seen way too much. And it's like simple logic. I mean, go down to the Redbirds game. Go down to any ball game. Heck, go down to Toby Field to the HDL League and see where the balls that are flying over the corner knocking out windows are. Or hitting somebody. There is a certain spot that's dangerous, and everybody knows that. That's why they don't sit there. But I bring that up because baseball does so many things right. Like, so many things right. How can they be so wrong on this one simple thing when, again, I'm going to tell you this. Every single year, this is the average, 1,750 fans a year are injured at a baseball game. And I'm talking about just MLB, not even the minor league systems. I'm talking about MLB. That's a lot of dead gum people. Now, not only that, an average month, 50 women and 75 children. That's the month. That's an average month. And no, we're not going to extend it. And again, it reads right here. 85% of those injuries for this month right here, and according to this report, happened in that one zone. So why is it if you can't see that that's that one place? I mean, 1,750 people a year injured. Now, 85% during that month was a little high, but the average is 80% are injured in this one area. 80% of 1,750 people are injured in this one area. Nope, don't want to extend the netting just to cover this little bitty, what's called the danger zone.
Well, is the MLB, do you think they'll ever make a policy to say you have to do that? Because I think some
teams
have
research that shows that this area that for hundreds of years that they have not been netting, and they have had people sign off. And again, they say, well, when somebody gets killed, again, it's already happened.
It has.
And that's what's so funny. They're like, when it happens, we're going to talk about it. What do you mean? We didn't?
Why do we have to wait till someone dies before we talk about it?
That's what I don't understand either.
But I'm glad
we be proactive.
The Nationals and the White Sox
coaches
have been proactive.
Have to be proactive. Other teams, thank you.
They've
for them.
been proactive.
They have been proactive.
And I like that. There's nothing saying you can't do it, but I just don't know if the MLB is ever going to put into effect a policy that says you have to do it.
I'm sorry. There's so many things I agree with, but this one, Rob, I like Rob. I think Rob Manfred has kind of figured out a lot. And
I think he needs to get the young guys back in the game, though.
I agree. I don't understand how he doesn't get this, and he's also screwing up, too, with some of the way they're now using the numbers, and it's coming back to bite the players and the keister from that collective bargaining agreement they signed because it was supposed to help the older players. Anyway, that doesn't even matter. But Rob's got to do something. Now, I wanted to mention him and start off with this because I think this is something simple and this is stupid, and baseball has got so many things right. Like we saw in St. Louis exactly how you're supposed to treat a human being, especially one that you love. St. Louis, man, that was so awesome. I don't know if Brett Hull, the drunkest guy in hockey that's loved by St. Louis people, I don't know if he gets an ovation that awesome. Like that was what they did at Busch Stadium was exactly every single time he came up, man. It was a minute long. Like when he hit the bomb, they've yet
to win a World Series without him. So that's sort of where they're at. So he is literally, for a lot of these fans, he is Cardinals baseball. That's what they remember the good times as is Albert Pujols running the show.
That is a very great point, and I completely kind of spaced that. Now, I wanted to talk to you about baseball and how me and you always talk about baseball and football. And yes, football has all the money. Football is the king of the kings. We are not going to lie. We're not going to pretend like it's not. It makes the biz-ank. It's the truth. It's the fact. It's the way it goes. But they can get a lot of things wrong, and they can screw things up, and they can still come back from it. The other leagues can kind of do the same thing, but I feel like they take a bigger punch or a little bit more time. Like, I mean, thank goodness Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, and believe it or not, the steroid era came back because baseball was like dying before that summer of just magic. Because that lockout pissed a lot of people off. Let's just be honest. So baseball is back. It's done a lot of great things. It needs to do one thing, and it needs to extend the netting. Now what I wanted to ask you is the NBA. This is the league that has become the cool guys league, the cool kids league. It's the league that you will see Beyonce and Jay-Z. It's the league that you'll see all like you do Jack is at these games. I mean, all around the league, it's the who's who at the game, not just the people on the field. I mean, we're talking about Drake. We're talking about just stars come to watch these guys play. And they've gotten the social media game down. They've gotten Facebook. They've gotten everything. I mean, believe it or not, LeVar Ball brings attention to the NBA. And you can say positive, negative, whatever, it's still attention. And they bring great attention to the NBA. But we have a huge problem, and I don't think people realize how big it is. and it's freaking me out, and it also is upsetting me. And the simple fact that we have got to stop and literally wake up and stop being the way we are, because what is going on with Masai Ujiri, and everything out there is absolutely insane. The NBA Finals this year, where Golden State is dethroned, where Kawhi Leonard is funny with his laugh, where this offseason should be the most amazing thing in the world. Like, I mean, you got, now KD's got an Achilles, and now you got Klay Thompson with the knee, and, LeBron James and, AD are together, but Rob Pelinka's so dumb he can't decide when he needs to set up the thing. They got it where it's going to go through July 6th, leaving them not hardly any money, definitely not enough money to get another max player. I mean, they got to fill out a roster with pennies. I mean, there's been a lot of things that have gone wrong, but the ultimate thing that has gone wrong, I think, are two things. And I think they're all of a sudden a league that was so perfect and on point with the people has now found itself in the middle of a bleep storm. And I don't think you understand what I'm talking about, because I think I'm hitting it before it's like right now, the wave is growing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you this before it happens, but it is coming. And what I'm talking about is, okay, go back to just this year's finals. Let's just go back to it, okay? What happened in this year's finals that was absolutely horrible? You had two great players get injured, but you also had a great player in Kyle Lowry get shoved by a minority owner of the Golden State Warriors, and that became an issue. You had the Toronto Raptors cheering, an Achilles injury by Kevin Durant, which just was a bad look.
Oh, it's a reality show, man.
And now you have the very last game, and a police officer, number one, who shouldn't be, I mean, it's supposed to be the event security, won't let Masai Ujiri onto the court to go celebrate with the Raptors when he's the president. And now it's been found out he did have the credentials. They're saying that he didn't have the proper purple pass that got you on the court. But when he said, I'm the president of the Raptors, and number one, the cop's not supposed to be asking for that. It's the event security. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Is he sued? Is he getting sued?
Oh, yep, he's getting sued. So the police officer has come out. He wants the dude arrested. He has been, they are trying to say they got videotape, which is you know what, because I've seen the video. He said he got a concussion and a jaw injury. And this is like, when we go to the NBA draft, we should be celebrating Ja Morant and Zion, and all these teams should be celebrating this. What's coming down the road? You watch this ugliness now with the Golden State Warriors town, not the team, but it happened in their arena with the best GM right now in the NBA, who took Toronto to a championship by going and making great moves, by getting Kawhi Leonard, getting rid of Dwayne Casey, was the coach of the year, bringing in Nick Nurse. A lot of people didn't believe what he did, bringing in Marc Gasol, making these moves. Guess what? They got the dead-gum Larry O'Brien trophy, homie. And now the NBA, which was all on point and going in the right direction, all of a sudden just literally ran. They're all making fun of the NFL. Everybody was saying the NBA had everything correct. Now, all of a sudden, it looks like Rob Manfred in baseball after this weekend. The guys in St. Louis, the way they treated Albert Pujols, the way they're treating their teams and their fans and their players, looks like they got it more correct than anybody else. And I'm just saying, that's kind of messed up. How is it that an NBA team that was on top of the world can be where it is today in a matter of a month, when the playoffs are supposed to elevate you to another level? And then again, now this is the other thing I want to ask, and this is great because my good buddy, Marquette Walker, a young man that I think is going to go lots of places, he's going to come on and talk to me today at 2 o'clock. By the way, Zachary Reimer is talking baseball with me at 1:30, the bottom of this hour. I can't wait for that as well. And we got all kinds of stuff, but I'm going to also ask him, and I'm asking all of y'all out there. I want to know this also. What is the point of doing this? Because I'm very honest and I'm dead serious. I want to know, like, what are you trying to say here with this? Now, because it's very interesting. Like, we work at Flynn Broadcasting. The owner of Flynn Broadcasting is Dr. Flynn. He owns the He owns Flynn Broadcasting Corporation. Who, Jeff Bezos owns Amazon. The head of Berkshire Hathaway is who? Who owns that bad boy? The Warren Buffett? Sorry. If you were looking at me like I was on drugs, you're like, I hope he's not. It wants me to answer that one. Warren Buffett. I'm saying, there are presidents, there are owners of teams and organizations. I want to know, honestly, is that a term that is detrimental? And does that, and this is where I'm asking, and I'm being dead serious. I don't want to be here. Before I get this out, I'm against PC going absolutely banana sandwiches. I feel like we've gone politically correct to a detriment. Chappelle's show couldn't be on today. And that was one of the greatest shows I've ever watched in my life.
That's why my dad made me watch Blazing Saddles back in the day, all those Mel Brooks movies.
I mean, none of that stuff could happen now. Chappelle, he would be people would literally boycott him, which I think is insanity. He was one of the funniest dudes on planet Earth. Brooks would be boycotted now today. So many things would be, but we're doing this because we're trying to take another step. I hear what you're saying. Again, I've always said this is very simple. We are traveling on this little bitty rock around the sun. We figured out how big the dadgum space is. It's ever expanding. The universe is so huge. We are people. We should all just realize that we're people. Tribalism sucks. Stop putting everybody in dadgum, throwing everyone in a stereotype because of their age or their race or their gender or where they're from or their religion. People are people. And if a dude happens to be the owner, Michael Jordan is the owner of, I thought, the Hornets, right? Or no?
He might be He's operations manager or
look it
GM,
up.
something like that.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, what I'm saying is, I didn't know that they said, NBA commissioner, and this is what I'm saying is, I'm going to break because I'm about to bring in my man. But I wanted to ask you, do y'all agree with this? NBA commissioner Adam Silver says they're moving away from the term owner. He said, we moved away from the term years ago. They're just now breaking the story. And they say because it's racially insensitive in a league where the majority of the players are black. Okay, look, I am so in agreement. I see racism all the time, and it sucks. My man Marquette Walker actually experienced some just last week, and it's BS. And it's you can only shake your head at it, and you just go on about your day. But I don't want to put, if we go overboard and keep pushing and pushing and pushing, we never ever bring everybody together is all I'm trying to say. I am so tired of PC getting run wild. I never thought I would see the NBA go in this direction. I never thought that I would see a police officer not let the president of a team onto the court celebrating with his team because basically, let's just be real, man, the color of his skin. I'm not going to lie. That's just the truth of the matter. And now he wants to sue the dude? Look, we got all kinds of problems. And we can fix these if we just stop looking at people and seeing that everybody is different from us. You ain't special, man, but nobody else is either. You're just the same as everybody else. Coming up next, Zachary Reimer, and we're going to talk baseball, baby. Hit me up at 67129 and call me after I talk with Zach. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselemonbrace.com.
Dedicated our life to yours. Wolf Chase Limb and
I love the real estate business. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors. I've been selling real estate a long time. What I love is having people ask me how some houses sell so quickly and others sit. That's an easy answer. Any agent can sit and tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to know. I give you options and alternatives. I'm a firm believer in preparation, presentation, and proper pricing. We discuss that in my unique Shellbucks option. Beating your competition down the street or around the corner is the name of the game. So if you or someone you know is thinking of selling, talk to 2 to 3 real estate agents and make sure that I am one of them. Find out why my strategic marketing program with the Shellbucks option can mean the difference in whether you sit or sell. You'll find out why people often say when you want the job done, call Shell Done. You can reach me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. That's Shell Done Rosengarten. 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com.
It's time to be the talk of the neighborhood or lake house with that custom golf cart built by the experts at Ladd's. With both new and used models, they are sure to have exactly what you need. The brand new Club Car Onward encourages families and friends to come together and enjoy being outside. Find out more at ladsonline.com or call 901-324-8801.
Lads, up your life with Lads. Lads, up your life.
Plunge on into the Super Summer Sale at Family Leisure. Complete pools starting at only $12.99. 24-foot above-ground pools starting at $19.99 installed. 4-piece deep seating patio sets starting at $7.99. Holly Adirondacks 20% off. Spas starting at $17.99. Swim spa starting at $99.99. Family Leisure has great prices on all outdoor kitchens and pergolas. Lowest prices guaranteed. The Super Summer Sale at Family Leisure, Witten Road at I-40.
Family and fun come together.
This 4th of July, eat like you got the whole summer off with Kingsford. Just fire up that charcoal and grill some lip smacking, falling off the bone, died and gone to heaven. So good you could ugly cry ribs, or hot dogs, or heck, grill a whole hog. It ain't summer if you ain't eating good. So what are you waiting for? Kingsford, start something. Grab a bag at your nearest Home Depot.
Just the other day, I stumbled across an incredible full-service paint store, Memphis Paints, Benjamin Moore store, located on the corner of Mendenhall and Poplar. I learned how to choose the perfect color from their very helpful staff. Benjamin Moore paints are cut above other paints, high-quality paints that last for years and are easy to clean. Memphis Paints has the largest selection of colors on your palette, so whether you're painting walls, bricks, or concrete, let Memphis Paints and Benjamin Moore help you make the change. Located 699 South Mendenhall, call today Memphis Paints and Benjamin Moore at 901-683-7369.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
I am your pusher man. Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on this beautiful Monday down in the Mid-South. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did. I did. I enjoyed watching all the ball. And I'll tell you one thing I really enjoyed was watching Albert Pujols return to Busch. First time a man's gone back to Busch since he left. You know what I'm saying? And he gets a standing O. That is exactly what I've always said. In all honesty, we can talk about this in the first segment. We talked about fans and political correctness, yada, yada, yada. St. Louis, I just want to clap and say congratulations. That was one of the coolest scenes. I get upset sometimes. Yes, I like 90s basketball in the NBA. Do I think that sometimes in the NBA they're too friendly? I want to see them get after it. They get after it in baseball. But I want to see them get after it on the field. I want the fans, a guy that was beloved and brought you World Series championships, and y'all haven't had one since he was there. I loved seeing the love. And then I also loved seeing Adam Wainwright, who I thought was genuinely had like the biggest smile on the front step, cheering him on. It was really awesome. So that's why I had to bring on one of the best in the business, and I'm talking about Zachary Reimer, my man for the Bleacher Report. He does baseball like nobody's business, and he joins me now. Zach, how's life treating you?
It's going pretty well right now. Thank you for asking.
Man, I'm glad to know that. I really am. Now, I got to ask you in all honesty, at the very, very beginning, before we jump into like the Pete Alonsos of the world and some of this other crazy stuff going on, maybe the fencing and foul ball situation, I wanted to ask, did you get a chance to see Albert Pujols' just unbelievable return and the way it was like he never left? But it was, you could tell he left, but I just felt like 3 days in a row, every single fan just got it right this weekend.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of it. I was actually on vacation this weekend, so I was not around the TV or anything like that. I kind of, the only way I experienced it was through highlights and just reading the headlines and stories that came out of it. The only thing I can really say is that listening to your intro, I think you nailed it. And also, I think anything other than the reception that Albert Pujols got going back to St. Louis would have been unacceptable, given what he did in his decade plus that he was there. Where he kind of built the bulk of what is going to be a Hall of Fame career in the end, and also won a couple of World Series. So absolutely nothing left that he could have done for that city and that team. So it was definitely heartwarming to see that he got the reaction that he deserved going back there.
And it was really cool. He didn't disappoint. He jacked one of our producers. He went up there this weekend, and he watched it, and it was awesome. He was part of the 48,423 fans, the most at Busch Stadium over a weekend average since, Mother's Day weekend. That's pretty awesome. They all came out to see Albert, and they cheered him on, and that was awesome. Now, I got to get to the real deal, Holyfield, and talk baseball. And there's another first baseman I want to talk about right off the bat. And I think it's fascinating that finally people are talking about this young man. I think it's taken a little bit of a while. I don't understand why, but I've been, singing his praises for a long, long time. Also drafted him on my fantasy baseball team. Booyah, Pete Alonso. This guy is, at first base, a destroyer of baseballs. He is nasty, and I'm just curious. With his swing, I look at it, and I watch it, and I continually watch him. I don't see really many holes in that swing.
He's something special, and you could he wasn't really on that many radars going into last season, but then the next thing anyone knew, hits 36 home runs and emerges as this amazing kind of like future power hitter. And really the only thing he needed to prove coming into this year was, defensively, could he be at least playable at first base? And also, he was more of a power hitter than a great hitter in the minor leagues, and was that going to be possibly exposed in the majors? Hasn't been. He's one of these guys, he's not a Joey Votto with his plate discipline, but he's not an overswinger either. It's not like he's up there like a Pablo Sandoval, for example. And if he makes contact, the ball is going to jump off his bat. I mean, it really is that simple. And it's been a joy to watch him. I mean, certainly relative to other things going on in the Mets right now, especially, but just an amazing power hitter.
Yeah, he is knocking them out like nobody's business. To think that what he's done, I mean, he's gonna break. I mean, broke Darryl Strawberry. He's got. I mean, to think about it, he has 27 home runs, and it's June. Guy's got a lot of baseball left to play, and he broke Darryl Strawberry's home run record in 1983. I mean, do you think realistically 40 is he's got 27 already. 40 seems very, 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 very probable. Do you think he hits 50?
It's definitely possible, and I think the thing we have to keep in mind here is that the National League rookie home run record is only 39. That was set by Cody Bellinger by a couple of years ago. So he's at least got a shot at that. I mean, I do wonder if there is going to be some kind of adjustment that pitchers make to him. But as we were talking about earlier, he's not getting himself in too much trouble with his approach. And really, all he has to do, like I said, is make contact. So 39 at least is well within play.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Charlie Blackmon got a break yesterday, so that was good for whoever was pitching. But my goodness, what can you say about Charlie Blackmon right now? Have you seen another man who's been hotter in a while? Like, he is in fuego right now. Is there a better hitter in baseball? I mean, other than probably his own teammate Nolan Arenado. But right now, at the leadoff position, I'm talking about. Is there a leadoff hitter? I like Springer when he's healthy. He's been injured all year, so we haven't seen him. But when I look at, Blackmon, he hits for power. He hits for average. He walks. He doesn't steal a lot of bases or anything, but he gets on base. And then if anybody's on at the lower, he's going to knock them in later on. I love him at the leadoff spot.
Yeah, leadoff these days is kind of
it's a different way. It ain't Ricky Henderson back in the way. Yeah.
Yeah, when we say leadoff hitter, we no longer
you got Kyle Schwarber leading off sometimes.
Yeah. Aaron Judge hit leadoff, for crying out loud. So, but as a regular leadoff hitter, yes, you kind of understand why the Rockies bat him leadoff because over the last 2 seasons, especially, it's been Charlie Blackmon, it's been Arenado, it's been Trevor Story. They've been reliable, but everybody else in that offense has been kind of up and down. So they need to get those 3 guys as many at-bats as they possibly can. And batting Blackmon in the leadoff spot makes a lot of sense. He's a guy who has a really good approach at the plate. Arenado is kind of more of a free-swinging type. And right now, Blackmon is just in one of these stretches right now where he's done this in the past where for a couple of weeks, a month at a time, he will just go completely supernova and you cannot get him out. That's what's going on right now. The numbers are right there to tell you how good it's going. So more power to him.
All right, I got to get into the American League with you for just a second and talk about now that the Yankees are getting healthy. The Minnesota Twins had one heck of a start. The run differentials, plus 105. Can they continue? And then you look at the Astros down in the West. I'm sorry, Tampa Bay is a great story, what they've been able to do with pennies and piecing things together. Even though Blake Snell's been horrible this year, they've still been pretty deadgum good. But everybody and their grandmother realize that bullpen in New York, those hitters that are coming back, adding Edwin Encarnacion, New York looks like the beast of the American League. I'm just wondering, Zach, do you think Houston or Minnesota has a chance to dethrone them, or is there anybody else that maybe I'm missing?
I definitely would not sleep on Houston because they've gone through a pretty rough stretch recently, and their lead in the AL West. It seemed like it was a foregone conclusion not too long ago. Now it's down 6.5 games because the Rangers just won't stop winning games. But we also have to keep in mind, you get Houston in a short postseason series, Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, that offense is going to have. It already has Jose Altuve back. George Springer's coming back. Carlos Correa is going to be there. The bullpen is really good. So Houston, from top to bottom, when fully healthy, is, I think, the class of the American League, if not all of baseball. So, but the Yankees, really the only question with that team, like you said, that bullpen is amazing.
Starting pitching.
When it's fully healthy, the lineup is going to be amazing. Starting pitching is the big question. I think right now maybe the question is how are they going to answer it? It seems like a foregone conclusion that they're going to trade for.
I was going to say with Clint Frazier and all those bats that they had up. You would think that they would get rid of somebody for another pitcher. You need a top of the rotation kind of guy, and they've got so many people. It just doesn't make sense that they wouldn't get rid of one for just a stud at the top. But what about Minnesota? And by the way, people, I hope that I'm talking with my buddy Zachary Reimer. You can check him out on Twitter. It's at Zach Reimer. When you see Zachary D. Reimer and in the check mark, you're in the right space. He's the MLB lead writer for Bleacher Report. Make sure you read all of his work. If you're a baseball fan, there's no better follow than Zach. Zach, so are the Twins the real deal Holyfield? Or is this just the team that is playing so over its head it's not even funny?
Within the context of the AL Central, at least, I think they're the real deal. Cleveland is, they've hung in there, and I don't really know how they're doing it, aside from the fact that
they can't hit.
They can't hit, but they can pitch, I guess, and it's kind of keeping them in there. But the Twins, I look at that team, and it's like, okay, the offense is there. It's struggled a little bit recently, but they're going to hit home runs, potentially set a home run record this year. Starting pitching's been pretty good. It's at least, functional enough for that offense. Bullpen probably needs a late inning reliever, but, these are not major kind of foundational issues that are going to keep them from continuing to run away with that division. So, I'm all in on the Twins. I actually picked them to win the division, so this is a rare time where I actually feel kind of smart right now, so I'm in on them all the way.
I dig it. The Rays, the Dodgers, and then, of course, it is that team, the Cleveland Indians. If you ask how they did it, they're the only team. They're third in baseball. They've only given up 318 runs against. Their pitching staff has been great this year, but they've only scored 341, which is pretty pitiful. I don't understand it either, because when I look at that Indians team, I sure thought they were going to be a lot better. But they just can't score runs. They just can't do it. Now, the White Sox this year, before I get you off, I do have to ask you a question. I know this is a team that's 3 games under 500, but when you watch this team play, do you see the future? Like, Giolito looks great. I love Moncada. I like, there's so many pieces. Abreu's doing well. Like, over in Chicago, I'm looking at that team going, damn, I'm kind of liking what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not there yet, but you can see what they're building, finally. I mean, Tim Anderson, Yoan Moncada were kind of there. They were guys who were hot at the beginning. They were the guys who kind of to build faith on at the start. Eloy Jimenez has come around recently, Lucas Giolito. Going forward, there's going to be a Michael Kopech and like a Dylan Cease. You can see where this is headed, and if they're 36 and 39 with a team that is kind of bare bones around these guys that we've been talking about, you kind of wonder, like, okay, once they spend some money and fill out that roster, what can they be? And the answer is probably something pretty special.
Man, I could talk to you all day about baseball. I got like 50,000 more questions I want to ask you, but unfortunately I'm running out of time, so I only got a few more. I want to know who's going to be a bigger lift for their team. Dallas Keuchel for the Braves, Craig Kimbrell when he returns for the Cubs.
Well, I think the Braves are already pretty good by default, so I don't know how much more Dallas Keuchel can possibly do for them, especially with the Phillies kind of floundering the way they are now. And Kimbrell, what he could mean to that Chicago Cubs bullpen, which has been shaky pretty much the entire way through the last 2 seasons, could be what puts them over the edge in that division with that tight race they're having with the Brewers and Cardinals. So I'll go Kimbrell.
I dig it. Man, check out Zach. Check him out on Twitter at Zachary Reimer. Make sure that you read all of his stuff at Bleacher Report, and hopefully we'll have him on again soon. Zach, I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. I feel sufficiently flattered right now. This was a pleasure.
Thank you, my man. You're going to have a great week. I know it. My man, Zachary Reimer, he's one of the best baseball writers in the business. Check him out at the Bleacher Report. He really is the real deal, Holyfield. I could have talked to him all day. I want to know a little bit about them Dodgers. I got questions about the Rockies. Hey, Drew Pomeranz is on the mound tonight against those Rockies. That's going to be interesting. And then this Braves team. And then why are the Phillies? How in the heck can the Phillies only score 360 runs so far? They went out and got Bryce Harper. They got people out the yin-yang that can supposedly hit. They've lost 7 games in a row, folks. 7 games in a row. 7. That's embarrassing. And they're 6.5 games back of Atlanta. What a joke. Whatever y'all do, though, this ain't no joke. Don't you dare touch that dial. I'll be back in just a minute on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time. Weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Once upon a time, there was a sleepy bear in search of a place to nap. Like the inside of a car. A coupe? Too small. An SUV? Too big. A station wagon? Just right. But as his eyelids began to get heavy. Covered it. September 30th, 2013. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
You don't have to go all the way to the Caribbean to have a taste of the Caribbean. You can have it right here in downtown Memphis. Curry and jerk, coconut shrimp. Chef Ricardo, give the people a little bit of a description of what those coconut shrimp are like.
One of the main ingredients, we got sweet shredded coconut in it, so you just gotta hop on down, come to 126 Monroe Avenue. We make it fresh every day.
Man, and then you have festival breads that are also made in-house.
You got a lot of different type of festival bread like recipe, but the one that we got at Curry and Jerk is different from anywhere else you would go.
Tell me why rice and peas are so good.
Well, our rice and peas got the original flavor and the original taste of like the real Jamaican rice and beans, so You're not getting any knockoff, you're getting the real stuff.
If you want authentic Caribbean cuisine, think only one place, Curry and Jerk, located in the heart of downtown Memphis at 126 Monroe.
At Indeed, we understand that when it comes to hiring, it's important to have a large talent pool to choose from. But sometimes too many good options can be overwhelming. That's why Indeed doesn't just give you access to a large pool of job seekers. We also offer screener tools that let you instantly narrow down your search. Hone in on hiring with Indeed. Experience Indeed for yourself today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting at Indeed.com/promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking good and feeling good? You've been to Rooster's Men's Grooming, the all-American classic barbershop. Whether boy or man, sportster or professional, when service matters, Rooster's is the choice for all gentlemen. Rooster's Men's Grooming offers a full-service shave, precision haircuts, and more, all with top-of-the-line products and a truly professional atmosphere. They even remember your name and offer you a beer. When looking good and feeling good matters, relax and unwind at Rooster's Men's Grooming, Paragon Place, 6300 Poplar.
First Bank is here to help you, whether you're a business looking for a loan to expand or refinance an existing one, a homeowner looking for a mortgage or home equity line, a consumer wanting to finance your dream car, or wanting a competitive rate on your CD deposits. Let First Bank try to handle your banking needs. Stop into one of First Bank's 3 local branches today, 6482 Poplar Avenue just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or check them out online at firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden, on the other side of the glass. Of course, y'all know I got my good friend Gabe Kuhn over there. And you know what? I got my man Marquette Walker in the house today. Yes, my young man Marquette's going to come over and talk to us about Reach Memphis. He's going to talk about some of the things he's doing. And I hope some of the parents out there listening, hope some young people who are enjoying the summer are listening, because there are opportunities. You just got to go out there and work for them. And Marquette's a young man who's working for him, and he's also reaping the benefits from it. And I think this is something cool. I always like to shine a light on wonderful people. By the way, again, also Kerry Cobb over at, what he's doing with the Memphis Little League. That was just you're awesome. Love all y'all. And y'all just keep it up. And HDL baseball, fun this weekend, man. I love seeing people getting out there, having a lot of fun. One thing I did want to ask, we always talk about, this is such a sidebar. Everybody's talking about, climate change every day and turn out your lights and save power. Why is it this weekend, all weekend, when I was playing baseball, that the Liberty Bowl was lit up like a Christmas tree?
I don't know. They need to save that. I was always told to turn out the lights, man.
Yeah,
they keep them on all night.
Who's over there chilling, checking out the Liberty Bowl? Wait,
what time was this at?
Dude, it was.
They did have official visits this
11
weekend.
o'clock.
They had visits this weekend, so that makes
was that
sense.
maybe it is?
Yeah.
Because I played all weekend, and we were out there. I was going to say, man, I left at 11 o'clock at night, and every time we left, deadgum thing was flag.
See,
was going,
the only reason I
lights
know
were
that.
up.
Only reason I know that is because I went to a buddy's wedding this weekend. And he obviously played on the team back in the day. Drew Kaiser, you remember him, center?
Drew got married.
Yeah, he got married.
Congrats,
this
Drew.
weekend. But
Congratulations, my man.
I figured our old coach Silverfield would be there, but he couldn't because of the.
I think you should
officials.
bring.
That's
Drew
why they kept
on.
it light up.
By the way, you
really?
should bring Drew on, and we should talk about Tiger football, and then I'll also teach him how to be a great husband. I'll give him some marital advice. This would be a great.
You
segment.
think so?
Oh yeah,
You think
man, I'm good at this.
Okay.
I got some
well,
great.
It's gonna have to be a week. He's on his honeymoon now.
I figured that. Do you know where he went?
He went to Disney. They went to Disney.
Really?
Yep.
That's not bad, man. I ain't
That's
gonna lie to
yeah,
you.
that's.
He doesn't have any kids yet, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna tell you right
I bet
now.
it'll be soon though.
Can I just tell you, every parent out there that's taking their kid to Disney World, you do it once because it breaks you and it takes you like 2 years to pay it off. And then
I've never been.
Oh, I went the first time when I took my kids. I was like, it was like 3 years ago. But man, I need a vacation after Disney. I was so worn out. Try to keep up with 5 kids. Because, of course, the kids have to take their friends, too. I was the only adult. 5 kids, man. My head was spinning. I needed a vacation.
Never again, huh?
Dude, I was like, when I got back, I literally was like, man, work is easy. Work is easy compared to Disney World. Okay, coming up, man, we got Straight No Chaser. We've got Marquette Walker. We've got Hardenwood. We've got everything and your grandmother to talk about. We got crazy stuff from Rodney Peete. Man, Hardenwood today is going to be as weird as can be. And then I also got some crazy stuff that Honey sent me. Oh, yes. Y'all know Honey stuff is really, really weird. Yeah, like, very, very strange. I can't wait to talk to y'all about some of the stuff she sent me. Like a man during Hardenwood who handed a police officer a joint and said, "Hold that for me," while he gets his license out.
What state? What state?
Dude,
That's the question.
I will tell you all during Hardenwood, but you can't touch that dial because at 2:30 I'll rock you with this whole entire story. But also don't forget 901-406-1101. That's my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. 901-406-1101. Gabe knows the number. Do you know the number? If you own a house, you better. 901-406-1101. Put it in your phone. Write it down. Save it. Life is nothing but peaks and valleys, and it's how we deal with all those peaks and valleys to stay on top of those peaks. Don't let your credit get ruined. If you're underwater, don't freak out. Still make the phone call. If you're ready to sell, make the phone call. If you're a sweet old lady, like that one sweet lady who is unfortunately had some mishaps and she was the only one left and she wanted to move into old folks' home but couldn't sell her house, 901-406-1101. My man Bill helps people. He bought my house over 11 years ago. I know if he didn't, I wouldn't be on the radio now. You call him. He's Memphis born. He's Memphis bred. He's a Memphis man till he's dead. 901-406-1101. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Any house, any area, as is. Think about that. Any house, any area, as is. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. Bing, bang, boom. Just sold your house. How you like me now? 901-406-1101. My buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Coming up next, Marquette Walker and more. Straight No Chaser. Don't touch that dial.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. If you're in need of a roof, there's no better place to start than Five Ash Roofing. No matter what your situation is, we have you covered. We can walk you through the insurance process without committing fraud like many of my competitors. You'd be surprised how many times salesmen and contractors will manufacture storm damage just so they can get a sale. We do residential, multifamily, and commercial work. We're certified in every form of roofing we offer. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingle, and we don't charge extra for that. And to my knowledge, there's no other roofing company in Memphis offering that level of security. And if that's not enough, we offer a best price guarantee. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
This 4th of July, eat like you got the whole summer off with Kingsford. Just fire up that charcoal and grill some lip smacking, falling off the bone, died and gone to heaven. So good you could ugly cry ribs, or hot dogs, or heck, grill a whole hog. It ain't summer if you ain't eating good. So what are you waiting for? Kingsford, start something. Grab a bag at your nearest Home Depot.
Hi, folks. Rob Walker, Infiniti of Memphis, and we've got a new Infiniti crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like two engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infiniti has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And the new QX50 offers more horsepower than its Audi, Lexus, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
Infiniti of Memphis, and online at infinityofmemphis.com.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselimbembrace.com.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGFLP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina coladas.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the only man who can make fire with 2 ice cubes. Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden. Other side of the glass, the man who makes this thing so deadgum smooth. That's my guy, Gabe Kuhn. In charge of a whole lot. See, I'm lucky. I just get to talk. He does all the work. I chill. He does all the work. It's kind of a good little gig I got going on, don't it? You know, I like that. But you know what? I'm also going to talk to my young friend, Marquette Walker, who's 16 years old.
What's going on, man? I'm here.
What's up, Marquette? How's life?
Good, man. I heard getting the work in, man.
This young fella, he's a part of this thing called Reach Memphis. I've never ever heard of it until this year. And y'all know that when I do Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, y'all know I always like to talk about what's going on in the Mid-South with people. I love people that are doing great things. I talk to y'all about, my good buddy, Kerry Cobb, who, just what he's done for the Little League of Memphis, out of control. I learned through Marquette Walker, who's just this young fella, 16 years old, reaches out to me. He's like, I want I want to work in journalism. I'm ready to rock and roll. And I'm like, dude, who is this young kid? And how did he get so much confidence? And where did all this stuff come from? Then he starts telling me about Reach Memphis, tells me about, a little bit about his past. And I want him to tell y'all a little. I wanted him to come on today and tell y'all a little bit. I want parents out there to kind of open up your ears and listen. If you have an idea that maybe your son or daughter want to get into sports journalism or just journalism as a whole, or there are so many different things at Reach Memphis, you don't have to even be in journalism. You could be cooking or whatever. There's so many things. He's going to talk about it. But here is my good buddy. He's Marquette Walker. Again, this young fella, I think, is going to do a whole lot of things. He is 16 years old, and he's leaving Saturday to head to Massachusetts to learn a whole lot about journalism for an entire month. Tell the people about Reach Memphis and how this all came, to be, and how you ended up on the radio today.
Okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning, right? Okay, so it all goes back to 4th grade.
Oh!
4th grade, I used to be in love with the game of basketball. I still am in love with the game of basketball. It led up into 9th grade. I wasn't too much making that much progress in the game of basketball. I still love it, and I was still elite in the game of basketball, but I had to be real with myself, saying, man, if I haven't got any D1 offers right now or having scouts looking at me, I'm not over all Instagram, ESPN right now, I had to be real with myself. So, look, I had to go down, sit down, have a talk with myself and be like, look, I still love the game of basketball. I still love sports. So what else could I do with this? Automatically, I love to talk. You all know that. I think y'all have pretty much learned that now. I took up sports journalism. I go to Middle College High School at CBU. Stan Bell is my teacher. I don't know if you all know who Stan Bell is, but he was the guy that put me on to journalism. He was like, look, if this is what you really want to do, I can make this happen for you. He gave me the platform. Last year I worked at 88.5, being on the radio, talking for sports and all that type of stuff. And so when he gave me that opportunity, I took advantage of it. Honestly, I took advantage of it.
No, I ain't lying. Right. I can tell you right now, the young man is taking advantage of it. That's how he's on right now with me.
Right. Even on my Instagram, I started posting all of my work on my Instagram. I had the support. People were behind me, rooting 100% behind me. Had guys going, man, this really inspired me. I did this. Actually, this year, I gave a motivational speech in front of thousands of people at the Martin Luther King Museum on Martin Luther King's birthday. And so, really, I was nervous about that, man. I was just 100% nervous about that. I was like, man, I'm going to mess up. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is my first experience being able to talk in front of this many people and actually try to inspire people. And once I really did that and got the reactions out of people saying, like, man, people really
fell in love with it.
Right. People were really, like, listening to what I had to say. And so that was, like, the first time at all I've ever done that. And so that really gave me motivation to keep on going. And so I kept on doing that.
Got to interrupt you and ask you this, because you had the hardest question, which I can tell you right now. Any person that's been a part of sports, Gabe Kuhn will tell you, I'll tell you, I cried like a baby the last time I played. I mean, a baby.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Baby.
It happens.
It is hard to be a realistic person with yourself and say, okay, I can only go this far. I've got to find something else to do.
Right.
It was very difficult for me. I took a very winding road to get to where I'm at today. I did bartending on Beale Street for a little bit. Like, I was lost for a little bit. So to see that you're 16 years old, that you were smart enough to have that, conversation with yourself. I hope other young men and women are out there listening to you right now. And you know what? Maybe you can go on and be the next, Nolan Arenado or, I don't know, with Zion Williamson or whatever. But again, they're very few and far between, but you can work your tail off and you can become anything you want. And that's why I can't believe at 16 years old, you realize that. And now you found a love, but it's also not only did you find a love, you still love basketball, but you love journalism now. Like, you enjoy talking with people. You like writing. You like watching these games from a different view, talking on the radio with me and listening. So that is like, to find that and to find something you're passionate about, that's what I always tell young people you have to do. So I just got to commend you and say that's awesome. But I need you to do me also a favor, and you're telling everybody from the beginning, but also I need to know, like, you've done like all this stuff. How in the heck did you find out about Reach Memphis?
Well, it began with my mom. My mom got an email from the school, and she was like, okay, your guidance counselor just let me know that this is a great program that you should be a part of. It's good for the youth. It's good for college prep. And it's good for just being able to, like, live on your own, like teaching you how to really live on your own. And so at first, me, it was something I had to do. It was taking up my summertime. It was taking up my school year. And I also had work to do at school. But when I actually got into the program and wrote the essay to get into it, it inspired me really. I didn't think it would get me to this point to where I am today, because when I first got into it, they actually worked with me. Miss Pam Jackson and Miss Lauren James. Those two names are the really two people that got me to this point where I'm at today. They showed me how to write an essay to get into the school that I'm going to Saturday, Northfield Mount Hermon. The first essay that I actually wrote about to get into REACH program, I dedicated it to my grandmother. Even though she passed away.
It was beautiful. I got it.
She passed away a few years ago, stage 4 colon cancer. And when I actually got back to it, it was amazing. It was amazing. And they said, "Oh, we got to have him in this program because this is inspiring. I love this." And even when I wrote the essay for Northfield Mount Hermon to get into the program that I'm at today, they were like, "I have to have them. I have to have this guy for this."
Well, that's what I wanted. Everybody out there who listens, we talk sports all day long, all day strong. Me and Gabe would love to be playing pro ball, I'm sure, right now. But we had to find a different path. We found our path. The fact that you're 16 years old and you've done this, it's flat out amazing. It's kind of like a buddy of mine, Mitch. He's getting into this, and he found it at a young age. He's kind of doing it, and I love that. But how did you – so you wrote an essay. Mm-hmm. How do you find REACH Memphis? Like, where do you go? Online?
Well, yes.
Do you meet these people? Is there a building? Like, what? Tell me about it. Because, I got to tell people, in a month, this Saturday, you're leaving for a month.
Right.
You're going to learn and be literally immersed 24/7 in journalism for an entire month over up in Massachusetts, correct?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, that's going to be great learning experience. When you come back, you're going to work with me. Again, you're 16 years old. All this stuff is going to be on your resume. It's you're getting great. You're meeting people. You're doing everything. Right. So that's just that's awesome. But there's also a lot of people out there listening who probably want to do the same thing you're doing. Where do you go to get part of REACH Memphis?
Well, you can go to Safari or search on log. You can type in reachmemphis.com.
Just type in reachmemphis.com.
Right.
Bing, bang, boom. Is there a physical location?
Well, actually, it's off North Hollywood.
Okay.
It's out there. I think the floor you go to is 3. You take a right, and you're up there. REACH Memphis. There should be a sign right beside it that actually says REACH Memphis. Coming here. We welcome you. There should be a lady at the back, Pamela Jackson. She's available Monday through Friday, 1 through 4 o'clock.
Make sure you find Miss Jackson, because this lady is awesome, an awesome woman.
Right. And I forgot to mention this also. It's available for grades 8 through 12.
8 through 12, by the way. Good job.
10th grade, you can. That's when you actually 10th through 11. This 10th through 12th is when you actually get to be able to go on trips and expeditions during the summertime. As myself, 8th, 9th graders, they're just really
immersed in getting prepped.
Right. Mm-hmm. Getting them ready, mature-wise. So that's pretty much it, man.
Well, this place is awesome. I love telling everybody in the Mid-South about good things that are going around. I had honestly, until I met you, had never heard of REACH Memphis. That kind of bothers me as someone who's supposedly an educator. But I love this place. Ms. Jackson, you sound like the bomb. I'm going to be reaching out to you as well, as REACH Memphis is reaching out to all these kids and the youth. If you want to be a part of it, look it up. Be like my young man, Marquette Walker. He's going places. Now, you're going to go with me on this little road trip that we're about to take. You ready to do this, Gabe? Let's do some straight no chaser. Dude, you can't let me out dance you now.
Marquette over there, he's not even moving, man.
Nah, dude.
I just look. I observe.
Okay. I guess we'll start with a little Memphis legend here.
All right.
Did you hear what happened to Ric Flair?
Oh, dude, about him drinking beer this weekend?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm so happy to see it, man. Just 1 month after getting hospitalized and hurt, man.
Can we be real? This dude has got more lives than a damn cat. Let's just be real.
He's doing it, though, man. I'm happy. I'm happy to see it.
I am too happy. He went out with his family. He had his kids, his wife. He's drinking a cold brewski. And this is 1 month after they said he was dead. Dude's 70 years old. And the one thing I want to say also about this, when you walk out of a bar and somebody takes a picture and you look at the picture and you're like, there's Ric Flair. And then you notice his shirt. Oh, my God, that's a picture of him on his shirt. That is awesome. Like, I want a picture of me on a shirt, dadgummit.
I just wish people would leave him alone, though. Let him live his life, man.
Dude,
let him live his life. Why you got to have pictures of him everywhere he goes?
It's a good, well, he is, woo! he is Ric Flair.
I think he likes it though.
I was gonna say,
I don't think he.
He looks like he's always, even when he was drinking that beer, it looks like he's like, I know this guy's taking a picture. Let me get a good chug in.
He probably finished.
I don't
want
to look like Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to look like Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers, man. I can't let him live that down, man.
I'm not ever gonna let him live it down. Me too. I think that should. Like,
he probably likes wine coolers, man.
Pay cut because of that. He probably drinks. He drinks Zima. Please, let's be real.
Man, is Zima still around?
I don't know. Do you remember Zima?
Well, yeah, I know Zima just because
now
my parents,
it's all Apple stuff.
My parents and like their friends used to buy them as sort of a joke, and then they discontinued them for a while. I don't know if they're back or not, though.
I don't know, dude, either. It's a great question.
If you don't know what Zima is, I know Marquette doesn't know what Zima is.
No, they're young fellas.
Yeah.
Good.
I know he doesn't know what that is. Okay, next question here. If you say you bought a first-class flight, okay, would you switch with someone if they offered you $1,500?
Say that again?
If you bought a first-class flight and
I
you're
like
in a
Cam
seat,
Newton, man.
Oh my gosh, no chasers today.
Dude, I don't need no chasers, but let me tell you something.
But would you switch?
Okay, can I tell you something? Me? Are you kidding me?
Yes, I would switch.
Would I switch? Marquette, you switching?
$1,500.
$1,500?
I don't know what was
I
going through that
sit in
man's
the
head when he
toilet for $1,500, yo. On the whole ride. Y'all can put me in the I'll sit in
Do
there.
y'all struggle on planes, though? Because
nah, man.
I struggle mightily. I'll tell you what.
Really? You're scared of planes? Is it
No,
I'm
not scared.
Is it the ears that pop? Or
I'm not scared. I am 6'4", 300 pounds.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Plane seats don't work for me.
Oh,
like,
that
that's
makes tons of sense.
Yeah.
They are tight.
Like first class is
and
good
I got
for
a
me.
little booty, man. I fit. and I barely fit in it. Like you, I'm sorry, man. You taking up 2 seats, 3 maybe.
I remember I took a flight on Frontier last year. And I'm not here to trash Frontier. I'm not here to trash Frontier, but geez, Lou, they have no space in between seat to seat. And then the width is like, man, I was shoved in that seat. They had to get some Crisco and fly me up out of there.
I got to ask you an honest-to-God truth question, and same with you, Marquette. Why was everybody cheering on this guy who was like, oh, he didn't give up the seat to this spoiled NFL player. Good for you. I'm more like...
He's crazy.
I mean,
$1,500.
Like, if Cam Newton wants to be a lunatic, why didn't he just get first class in the first place or whatever? Or just, like, but $1,500 you turn down just to switch seats is not something that I think, applaud somebody. Yeah. I think it's more like something like when he gets off the plane, I'm checking him into a hospital to make sure he's okay. Now, if he's super buku rich and he really just likes that seat or he's scared or whatever, I hear you. But I'm sorry, for $1,500, literally, they could say, Mr. Harden, will you sit in the lavatory for $1,500? And I would say, yes, ma'am.
I think I would too. But why is Cam out here buying coach seats, man? I know he got more money than that. He could have bought that up front.
Well, really, I remember when LeBron James said he went on a documentary. He was like, I have all this money. I'm a millionaire. I done bought all these houses and did all this. But I still,
private jet.
I still don't pay for Spotify. He still doesn't pay for Spotify.
That's so funny.
He still
listens to the commercials still like me. So he's like me. I do too. I listen to those commercials. I get annoyed as can be. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I ain't paying 99 cents.
But then with that, it's like he still could have bought it up front. Why are you offering $1,500 day of?
That's what I'm saying. You know what? It's probably like $5,000 for first class, and he thought he'd get.
Maybe it was a last second flight,
and he was like, as long as I don't know.
I just don't get it. Like, why you got to do?
But by the way, is the guy though? Come on, is this about the stupidest thing to celebrate a guy for? Like, good job, you said no to Cam Newton. Yeah, I feel like just like again, like I said, I just want to check the dude. Hold up, like you wouldn't move.
You just denied
$1,500.
You know what you can do with that?
Like, dude, I'm partying. Like
I'm
counting my money the whole trip.
Honestly, he had to make a plus if it's a regular flight, unless it was overseas flight.
Dude, I don't know, man.
He's probably making his money back at the very least.
I still can't stop laughing at that. He's wrong.
I don't know how he got rejected.
Hey, by the way,
I would never reject
one
that.
small thing before the next question. It looks like an athletic director from a middle college, high school said he's listening to you on the radio. Reed Willis.
Yes, Coach Willis. Yes.
Yeah, what's up, Coach?
That's
Thanks for listening, my man.
That's my golf coach right there.
All right on. So that's nice. That's your golf coach?
Yes, sir.
That's my guy right there.
You a golfer?
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go out and play.
What's your normal? What do you average?
Man, look, this is my first year.
Okay. We'll give you a year before we ask that.
Next year you got to come on.
Yeah,
and
you have
announce
to
your
ask.
score.
You have to answer that question next time.
I got you.
Okay, and look, I know this is just impossible to answer. This really is. Where's Kawhi going?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Kawhi Leonard right here. You right here, folks.
I'm ready.
He's staying in Toronto. You want to know why?
I want to know why.
More money?
It's the legacy he's lost. Not only the money, but he has the fans to back him up in Toronto. This guy came first year. He came off an injury. First year, won a championship. What does that tell you about a player? What does that 100% tell you about a player?
He's ice cold. He can do what he wants. He's elite.
Top 10 greatest of all time. I'm saying this right now.
I'm with you. I think he's on the level of LeBron James, D Wade, KD, Kobe. He's a little under Kobe and LeBron, but he's up there with them. You can have them in the same sentence now, is all I'm saying.
You can have them in the same sentence, but look, Kawhi Leonard has nowhere near the same offensive skills as Kevin Durant, LeBron James, or Kyrie.
But his two-way skills, his two-way skills make up.
He can be in the same sentence as John Wall.
No, Kawhi's better than that because
Kawhi way better than John Wall now.
Two
Come on
titles,
now. Come on
and
now.
he shut down LeBron. He is one of the best defensive players. No, I agree with you. John Wall was dang, but John Wall still hadn't won jack.
Before this season, John Wall was in the conversation as MVP.
All right, but anyway, where's he going? I think that's where I wanted to go with this.
Here, I'm going to tell you right now. If he stays in Canada, that would probably be an amazing thing. Right. I mean, he would be the king of the entire Canada. But I can't see this guy who's a West Coast guy wanting to stay up there when it's freezing cold. And I know, you're a millionaire, you play inside, et cetera, but don't forget, they have a huge, huge tax bracket in Canada.
Well, here's the deal. If he stays with the Raptors, their max offer would be 5 years, $190 million, whereas no one else in the league can offer him any more than 4 years, $140 million. So there is the money thing is, and you're locked up at the same time. You're locked up for 5 more years.
If you're in Canada right off the top.
Yeah, they're taking the taxes out now.
Man.
And I'm with you. And he's an LA guy. He's an LA guy.
If you go to LA, though, you're paying 35% tax. Their bracket is ridiculous. Federal, and then you go add up
I feel like in
it's
Toronto,
about 35% of your income.
I mean, and the cost of living in both those cities is very probably comparable.
Yeah, they're
when you
actually,
think about it, because
Toronto's
Toronto's a pretty expensive city as it is.
And man, really, I believe Kawhi Leonard. I don't think he cares about the money. He's going to get the money regardless. If we all want to be honest, but even for instance, in the postseason, when Nick Nurse was talking to them in the locker room, he was like, "Let's go get this win and let's go back to Toronto and get this." No, he was like, "Let's get home court advantage again." Kawhi Leonard said, "Forget that. Let's get both and win a championship." And that's exactly what he did. He cares about more winning because he's going to get the money than more so the money. So.
Now, if he does stay there, he can also sell a lot of shoes. He loves that claw that he's trying to fight for, and
he can do that.
He
anywhere.
does want to sell a
he's
lot
Kawhi
of shoes
Leonard.
and get a brand.
If his fans are going to go support him,
will he be a bigger
he
brand in Toronto or LA?
Toronto. For sure.
See, I think, man, it's tough. Man.
That's tough for me too. Just because I feel like he is an LA man. He is an LA.
But LeBron is out there.
He's the leader of the team.
But he would be the king of Toronto, even though hockey is so much bigger than basketball. There's only one basketball team.
And he brought the only championship they've ever seen. And he is greatness for the city of Toronto. He is greatness.
Last championship, I'm sorry, was Joe Carter '93 when he hit the home run off Mitch Williams.
Well, man, I'll tell you what.
You got your baseball legend right
LA,
here.
This is the chaser for this. LA is pitching as hard as they possibly can. There's 2 billboards up in LA. One that just has Kawhi on this sort of what do you call it? The bumper of a car.
Okay.
It's like a bumper sticker looking thing. And then there's one that says the King of SoCal.
Dude, Steve
they put King of the North. They put King of the North.
I love that.
They crossed out the North and they put of SoCal.
Now, I have to say one thing. If he does go to the Clippers, can you imagine the drama in Los Angeles?
The Western Conference in general, too.
Like, who's going to be the king of the castle? Is it going to be LeBron and AD? Or is it going to be my man Kawhi and Steve Ballmer with them deep pockets and billions of dollars over with the Clippers? I mean, that would be awesome, actually.
I've been the guy the whole time, though. It makes me so tired to try to put a finger on where he's going to go. Because Kawhi he's unpredictable.
He's an enigma wrapped inside of an
enigma.
enigma.
And the thing is, I see on ESPN, I see on every show they're talking about this. And I'm like, I don't know how you can even guess where he's going to go for real.
So just like you said earlier, every city like where they have two teams, there's always going to be a little brother. Just like the LA Clippers are a little brother to the LA Lakers. If he goes to the LA Clippers, do you know how much of a publicity money going to be coming in? They're going to be wanting to go see both teams play, Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James and Anthony Davis play. So look, my prediction, he's going to stay in Toronto. He's not leaving. And next year, they're going to be NBA champions again.
Whoa! He's calling back-to-back titles for the Raptors. You heard it. That was my man, Marquette Walker. Don't forget, Reach Memphis. This young fella's going places. And if you're a young fella and you've had that talk with yourself and you aren't going to get that scholarship, but you want to get an academic scholarship, you want to work really hard in a different goal. You have a passion. You have love. It's not just journalism at Reach Memphis, but there's great people over there. Reach out to Reach Memphis, and they're going to help you reach all the dreams that you have ever imagined. Marquette Walker, thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out with me. I can't wait till you get back. Can't wait to watch you grow and work with you. It's been a lot of fun. Before I get off, I did want to remind you, though, and I hope you know this since you do live here. If you didn't, you will when you get off. Because Central Barbecue, it is simply the best barbecue in Memphis, period. Smoke is their sauce. And by the way, Marquette, I'm going to tell you right now, they got 4 amazing locations. The new Bad Boy on Poplar. They got the original on Central, the Bad Boy on Summer, and don't forget the new one right by where you were talking to the Civil Rights Museum. Right. That's right. Yeah, and guess what? If they're smart, tell your moms, just buy that smoked turkey. Because, like, dude, when you get turkey from the store, it is watery and gross. Really when you buy smoked turkey from Central Barbecue, that thing's like smoked 36.
Nothing beats it.
It's
Nothing beats it.
Nothing in the world beats it. Also,
don't get me started on the smoked shoulder.
Now, my girlfriend can't cook. And we don't like, and I'm just going to be honest with you, we don't like cooking chicken because it looks like, let's just be honest, it looks like boogers when it's not cooked. Oh, wow. But when it's cooked, it's delicious.
Do you wash your chicken?
I can't touch chicken, yo.
You wash it?
My mom does.
I get nervous.
Dude, I can't touch chicken. That's why I buy it. But if you go to Central Barbecue, you can literally buy it by the bulk. And me and Honey, we buy it by the bulk. And she just cooks anything during the week. And she just uses the chicken and it's already cooked. Makes your cooking time. Think about all the women out there right now who are going, oh my goodness, John Harden is a genius. I cook chicken all the time for my husband, and I got to make all these dishes. Now the chicken's already cooked. Central Barbecue, it's simply the best. Plus, when you're getting your ribs, your pulled shoulder, and then believe it or not, I'm not kidding, I love my Meemaw. I love you, Meemaw. Her banana pudding is delicious, but nobody's in the whole world beats Central Barbecue. That banana pudding is off the hook, my man.
You sure it's better?
Is the best. Sure? It's the best in the world. Oh. I get a quart every Friday. My girlfriend laughs at me and thinks that I have a problem because my weekend.
John eats the stuff for breakfast.
I eat banana pudding for breakfast on Saturdays and Sundays. Like, hey, dude, I work hard during the week, so on the weekends I like to enjoy myself and I like to wake up with banana pudding. Dude, that's the way to roll. Hey, and by the way, you can ship that barbecue anywhere in the world. Go to cbqmemphis.com. Central Barbecue, it's simply the best. We're going to be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Thank you, Marquette Walker. And by the way, thank you, Reach Memphis. I appreciate all that y'all do out there. And we're going to be back. We're going to do a little Hardwood because, nothing feels so good on Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Come to Holly Chevrolet in Marion and get your best deal. Right now, save over $8,700 off MSRP on the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab LT with All-Star Package. Or get 0% financing for up to 72 months. All 2018s must go. Get a 2018 Malibu for as low as $21,388. Stop by today and check out Holly's large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs ready for you to enjoy. And at Holly Chevrolet, it's a no-pressure, no-hassle environment. As a matter of fact, there's no badgers and never pay a dock fee. Find new roads at Exit 14 off I-55 in Marion, just 15 minutes from downtown Memphis, and online at hollychevrolet.com.
2019 Chevy Silverado LT with All-Star Package, stock number N3581, 0% financing on approved credit. 2018 Chevy Malibu, stock number N3380. All discounts, rebates, and incentives are included and applied. Must qualify financed with GM Financial and have a 99 or new GM product. Prices do not include tax, style, or registration. Take delivery by 6/30/19. See dealer for details.
This 4th of July, eat like you got the whole summer off with Kingsford. Just fire up that charcoal and grill some lip-smacking, falling off the bone, died and gone to heaven. So good you could ugly cry ribs, or hot dogs, or heck, grill a whole hog. It ain't summer if you ain't eating good. So what are you waiting for? Kingsford, start something. Grab a bag at your nearest Home Depot.
Summertime and the living is easy. No more cutting or paying utilities. Literally, you guys, Town Village Audubon Park, nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. Gourmet Chef Joe welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free daily transportation, utility bills, monthly coffee club, theme, dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. The living is easy. Town Village Audubon Park.
His wife's words echoed in his mind.
You never fix anything around here.
Well, today that would change. He would fix the water heater. He'd show her that he was the handyman of this house. He was more than capable. Oh, no. Covered it. August 14th, 2008. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
You've been asking for it, Mid-South, and they finally did it. They're back. Excellent Window Tint is back. Now with a new easy access location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78 and Kraft Road. Excellent Window Tint is back, just in time to cool the temperature of your car and make that car look cool as well. Unlike all those other North Mississippi and Tennessee window tint shops in the tint world, Excellent Window Tint is family owned and operated, using the highest quality window tint with the best warranty and highest heat reduction film on the market today. And the lower Mississippi sales tax doesn't hurt your pocketbook either. Check out xlntwindowtint.com for your free online quote or call 662-932-TINT. That's 662-932-8468. Now, if you want details, go to the website at xlntwindowtint.com or just visit the new location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78. The number again is 662-342-8468. They're back. Excellent Window Tint, now in Olive Branch.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar.
What is up? Welcome back to a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist, John Harden. Other side of the glass, I got my man Carl over there, Marquette, and you know, my good buddy, Gabe Kuhn. And we're about to go to the greatest place on planet Earth. That's right. In our minds, at least, I'm about to take y'all to this place called Hardenwood. Now, Hardenwood could be the United States when I become president. Now, I wouldn't change the name of our country. I'm just saying we'd have Hardenwood weekend, where we'd go banana sandwiches.
What would that entail? What would the what would it be?
Debauchery. It would be straight debauchery, pure debauchery, baby, and fun and love, baby.
But no one's getting in trouble, right?
No. Nobody's getting arrested. Everybody, we're making money for the economy, man, and we're bringing people love to each other and love for our country.
So say I woke up on Hardenwood weekend, what would I do? What would be the first thing I do? It's 7 a.m. in the morning.
Probably grab you a nice little drink in the morning. You probably want a little White Russian, a little something nice and smooth.
Screwdriver work?
I'm not I can't in the morning after drinking have a vodka orange juice unless it has a little Galliano in it, a little Harvey Wallbanger action. I don't know why. can do grapefruit, but the OJ,
Mimosa's too soft for you?
I don't like champagne. The bubbly is too bubbly for me. It messes me up. Y'all are going to laugh, but I can't drink. I don't drink like Cokes and all those things because I haven't had a Coke in probably 30 years.
I am addicted to Coca-Cola. I mean, it's just true. Like, I have to eventually.
And we're talking about Coca-Cola, not Coca-Gay. We're talking about Coca-Cola.
That's why I said Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say I'm addicted to Coke.
Yeah,
that could be taken
bad.
a lot of different ways.
That'd be really bad. I'd have to be like, oh, no. I'm going to have to take him to get him checked out, put him in a rehab.
It's like, why are you admitting this to me on the air?
Yeah, right
buddy?
now. I haven't got to Hardenwood, dadgummit. But no, there's a lot of great stuff to talk about, and there's a lot of cool stuff that's going on. And I'm about to take you to one of my favorite places in the world, and that is Hardenwood. But before I go there, I just wanted to remind you, if you want to look solid steel and sex appeal, remember Frontier Western Store. Why do you want to remember that? Because 5880 Goodman Road, very close to pretty much anybody that can listen to me. It's an Olive Branch. And it's crucial that you remember this because I am not that guy who likes to go to the mall and walk around with my daughters for 7 hours going from shop to shop to shop to shop to shop. So if you just go to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, one store, one shop, got it all. Largest boot showroom on planet Earth. They have a ladies' boutique. They have kids' wear. They have every brand name you can think of. Don't believe me? Go to frontierwesternstore.com and check it out. Their website is so easy to navigate. You can check by men's, women's, kids, boots, jeans, shop by brand, sale item. You can search. You can add things in your cart. You can buy it. They'll ship that sucker out in 24 hours, plus free shipping for anything $75 or more. I'm telling you, Frontier Western Store is the bomb. You will love them. I love them. Everybody loves them. They've been in business, by the way, for over 50 years, since 1967, because they are simply the best. Frontier Western Store and frontierwesternstore.com. They give you Hardenwood.
This is Access Hardenwood.
Oh, this is Access Hardenwood.
Real quick, before we get into it, USA finished up 2-1 on Spain.
USA!
Took another victory.
USA! USA! Did you know how large the line was on that?
How big?
Ridiculous. It was like way too big for me to play. I was like, I don't have 3, it's minus over 3. And they only won by 1, so I was like, man, I can't take that joker. It was large. I just remember looking at it yesterday, thinking about throwing it in a little parlay. No, I mean, this guy I know, Angels, yeah, Seattle. And then I was thinking about going with a little women's soccer. Instead, I went with this guy went with Colorado tonight against Drew Pomerantz. By the way, just gave you the pick of the day. Colorado, late night, you got Drew Pomerantz, who is pitching for that horrible team, the Giants. By the way, the Giants are facing a Rockies team that didn't play Charlie Blackmon, didn't play Nolan Arenado yesterday. They're going to come in refreshed, and I think they're going to just light up poor Drew like it's a Christmas tree. Right now, they're minus 15. If you don't get that bet in soon, that thing's going to go up to 40 before first pitch. Just remember I said that. John Gray will shut down the Giants. Sorry, offense. Rockies roll, Rockies roll, Rockies roll.
It's Hardenwood time, man. Let's get to Hardenwood.
Yeah,
what
I didn't mean to do that. I got to tell you right now.
I know you got something for me.
So everybody loves money, but I got to ask you, this is the whole point about betting. Drake's dad won $300,000 betting on the Raptors. I got to say, that's kind of a low amount to win.
How?
Well, he's Drake's dad. He only bet, you're telling me Drake's dad only bet $100,000 on the game? He only bet $100,000 when his son's a super rich multi-millionaire? All he had to do is bet $10,000 on that bad boy. And then he's dancing. He's got 30 milli. You know? I think if you're betting on your son, come on.
His son ain't on the team. People act like Drake's on the team now.
Drake is on the team. You didn't know that? Wait a second. You didn't know
well,
he was playing?
he's a team ambassador, all right?
No, but how funny is it, though, in all honesty? The headline, when I woke up this morning, I'm serious to a heart attack. The headline on ESPN was, Drake's dad won $300,000 betting on the Raptors. That was around 6:45. I could not stop laughing, and I have to say, was it clickbait? Probably. Did it get me to click on it? Heck yeah, it did. Was it pretty funny? Absolutely. And the reason it's funny is because you have to remember, Drake's dad lived here in Memphis.
Yeah.
And he used to introduce himself as
Back
Drake's
in the day,
dad.
I used to see him at 152 many a times, man. He used to be around the city.
Dude, he lived in my building. He was a pimp. He was a pimp. It's not my building, but the building I live in. You know what I mean? I wish it was my building. I'd be rich. Now, we talked about Ric Flair and how he's doing all his stuff, but I got to ask you straight up. Dead serious. Ric Flair can get away with doing outlandish stuff, outlandish things, and a lot of people can get away with it. LeVar Ball, though, takes it to such a level that now you have Charles Barkley basically telling all TV stations, keep him off TV. He's a bleeping idiot. Now, I have to say this. I can't really disagree with Charles Barkley, but I do have to do this because I am fair, and I have to be fair. I went and looked back because somebody did some great reporting. And do you know how many times that little saying has gone back and forth, believe it or not, between Molly Qerim and LeVar Ball about the switching
I saw
gears?
A video, and it was
it?
at least seven
Seven different times that has been said before, that exact phrase to each other. And now they make a big deal
Well,
of
it was the undertones that set them off. Clearly, the undertones of how he was saying it, but at the same time, it's the same words, it's the same thing.
It's, to me...
Look, I don't think I would ever... I don't think LeVar Ball deserves to have a platform like that.
I don't either.
But you gave it to him.
No,
Own
that's
up
what I'm
to
saying.
it.
I don't think you should act all holier than thou, though, and have LeVar Ball on, then chastise him, and then the very next day, and again, this is something he's done 7 times prior, and then the next day bring on Dennis Rodman, who is literally going to court for theft. And he had a DUI in December.
And he's sitting up there with Kim Jong-un, man,
yeah,
in
he's
North
hanging
Korea,
out,
dude.
You know, I don't understand it. So, again, for me, it's like, make up your deadgum mind, Holmes. I don't understand anything that's going on. Now, what was it that you had?
Well, the Florida Senator Rick Scott, he told Montreal to go ahead and get their own team.
I love that. By the way, Rick, shout out. But do me a favor, Rick. Get some people to show up to Tampa Bay baseball games. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, that's
like,
just
what do
the
you
truth
got to
of it.
do?
But I agree with him, man. I'm
get
not a big
your own
fan
team.
of it.
I am not a fan at all.
I just don't know how that's going to work.
It won't work. I can tell you right now. Just like this, I think is BS. And I have been calling out, and I have to say, I called out the NBA because if you do something, you should do it out of sincerity. I think Adam Silver is unequivocally trying to take what right now is a black eye for the NBA with Masai Ujiri and what's going on with the Alameda Police Department in California. I think the owner putting his hands on Kawhi Leonard. He doesn't like the fact they're saying owner. So now he comes out with this whole NBA commissioners, we're not using the term owner anymore. We're sensitive. We are sensitive to these situations. We're going to use the term governor. So I guess I'm the governor of this phone.
Look.
I'm the governor of this phone.
The problem here is I disagree. I don't think owner is a racist or racially insensitive term. But at the same time, I'm not really offended the fact that they're switching. It doesn't really affect me, though.
No, I'm not offended. What I'm trying to say is,
I'm
don't
amazed
take
more
me
than
for
anything.
stupidity that you're just trying to say, hey, don't look at this, look at this. You don't find the timing interesting?
I do. I certainly do. But this has been talked about for a second, and when it came out, I was like, okay, that's ridiculous, but I don't know how much I really care about it. And I don't think it's gonna stray away from what's really happening.
No, I don't think it's gonna
I
do
think
anything.
everyone still is very aware of those other situations.
Dude, that more reads or about Adam who's at the top? Adam Silver, who's got the NBA page. It's talking about Adam Silver. We're not using the term owner anymore. Do you see anything about Masai Ujiri on there? Again, he did a good job of distracting. I don't see it even on the page. That's what I'm saying. It's insincere BS. And when people come out with certain stuff just for PR, I'm going to call them out. And you're coming out because you are trying to get good PR. There is nothing literal or you've been holding this in your back pocket because they said they've been doing this for 2 years. It's just, that's what I'm saying. It's just, don't.
So you think he was just sort of waiting until something big came out that he didn't want to deal with, and he just dropped it on the floor. He said, all right, have that.
Yep, sure did.
Okay, well.
Unequivocally think that.
I don't know if you saw this story. It's another one out of the NBA, and it's kind of unfortunate. I don't want to pass too much judgment. Just given the situation and how much.
Is this about Khloe Kardashian?
It's about Josh Jackson.
Oh.
A lot of information has been withheld. There's not much out yet. But Josh Jackson, Phoenix Suns forward, he's accused of getting his 5-month-old daughter high off of marijuana. What? We'll wait a second here on this. There was no details about him doing that. His baby mama.
He's accused of it, though?
He's accused of it. His baby mama came by, Lorena Villela, who is 41, by the way. He's got an old baby mama. He really does.
Yeah,
I think he's young. He just came out. He's like 20. But anyways, she claims she smelled marijuana when picking up their daughter on multiple occasions. I just have to say, you can't have that around your daughter regardless of the situation. Do I think he forcibly did it and gave it to his daughter? No, but come on, dude. You got to be smarter than that. I get you're a young guy. I get you're going to do what you want to do. But don't bring that stuff around your daughter.
You don't bring that around kids.
That's bad. That's really bad. So, but at the same time, there's so many details that they left out that are yet to be released. I don't even know if it's an actual, sentence, or not a sentence, but a conviction. I don't know if they're actually putting anything on it legally right now. So I saw this morning. I thought I'd let it out, but I'm more amazed that his baby mama is twice his age. That's pretty wild. That
is pretty wild. Hey, he likes cougars. Hey, remember? Look at crazy. We'll never understand Kellen Winslow Jr. This is a normal dude with money. He probably could have dated anybody he wanted to. Instead, he went and raped homeless women because he's nuts. But anyway, not comparing them. I'm just saying, Anyway.
No, I get what you're saying.
But anyway, I'm going to this weird place for 2 seconds. Shout out, first of all, to Sean. And y'all know who I'm talking about. The Sean. Do you know who I'm talking about? Who the Sean is? Sean McVay. There is only one Sean from now on. No Sean Diddy Combs. No Sean John. It is now just Sean McVay. Youngest coach when he came in. Baller. Took his team to the Super Bowl. And now just got engaged to the hottest. Oh, she is so gorgeous.
What's her name?
I don't even know what her name is, man.
Oh,
she's a supermodel.
She's a supermodel. Yeah, exactly. That's even more reason to know her name.
I know it's Veronica, but you can't say her last name.
I'm going to try. Check this out.
It's Coleman, I think. But it's Khomyn. And I just... Coleman? But I know it's Veronica. But
that's Coleman. Yeah, that's
Is it Coleman?
Well,
okay.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because that could be pronounced
It could be so many different ways, yeah.
The K is silent.
Yeah, like it could be Omen, I don't know. But anyway, tell me that's not one of the most beautiful women on planet Earth. Look at that just smile. Like, damn. Anyway, Sean, you knocked out Sean John. You knocked out Sean Diddy Combs. Any other Sean McVay, we don't care. Sean Payton, we don't care about you. It's all Sean McVay all the time.
So whenever you say Sean, I should just assume
talking McVay, baby. Just there's only one Sean, and he is taking that name, and he is the man. Now, one other thing I got to say is, since I mentioned Sean is the man and Khloe Kardashian, I'll always bring up Kardashian. It's Hardwood. Please tell me you saw this week's episode. I actually didn't see it, but I did get to watch the little clip.
You got into E? You were watching it?
Nah.
When does it come on?
I did watch the clip. I don't know when it comes on, but did you see the clip where Khloe Kardashian, and I know that they got to get people to watch their show, but I don't believe this for 1 second unless he said it just because he's a liar. But dude, I watched Tristan Thompson right after this whole thing where he got busted, and he was out with different girl after different girl after different girl after different girl, has another baby with another woman. Like, it doesn't look like he's very serious. But she told Scott Disick, he's like, I can't stop thinking about you and what a mess I've caused. And he was, of course he's bawling, she says, and he goes so over the top. He's gonna get a reaction out of it. He's trying to get a reaction, she says. And she said that if you don't talk to me and come see me, I'm going to kill myself. Come on, girl. You really think Tristan Thompson was like so upset over you he was going to kill himself when the next night he went out with some other supermodel? I'm supposed to believe this? Or is this straight up just a E movie and BS reality TV?
The latter. No question.
Absolutely.
BS reality TV. That's what the Kardashians is.
By the way, I just also love it how Khloe says she's not a home wrecker, but Jordan is, even though Tristan had another woman pregnant when Khloe started dating her and got pregnant. But then Tristan does the same thing with another woman, and she's like, well, I didn't do that because he broke it off with the other mother. Well, he told Jordan the exact same thing. He broke it off with you. So he did the exact same thing that, you know what I mean? Like, I love selective people like the Kardashians.
I wouldn't doubt if Tristan said it, though, said what you're saying he said. Just because he's probably a play out here.
No, that's
he's probably
what I'm saying.
Just trying to make you believe.
He told Khloe Kardashian that he was not with the other girlfriend when the other girlfriend said that they were still together. He told Jordan Woods that he wasn't with Khloe Kardashian anymore when he clearly is told Khloe he still was. Dude's a player. He was just getting what he wants when he wants it at that exact time. I'm just saying, please, Khloe, don't go on TV saying Tristan was crying on the telephone saying he was so upset to lose you, he was going to kill himself, because you know how many people believe that? Nobody. I don't even think you believe that.
Sure she's not thinking of Lamar?
Yeah, dude. I don't know what. Yeah, dude. Come on, man.
What? That seems like a Lamar Odom
so
thing to
off,
say.
dude. But guess what? I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You know what pick I'm about to give you. But if you haven't heard it, I'll give it to you one more time on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Sports Time with Warlow and Stats. Every weekday afternoon from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Up your life with Lance.
It's time to be the talk of the neighborhood or lake house with that custom golf cart built by the experts at Ladd's. With both new and used models, they are sure to have exactly what you need. The brand new Club Car Onward encourages families and friends to come together and enjoy being outside. Find out more at ladsonline.com or call 901-324-8801.
Lads, up your life with Lads. Lads, up your life.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. As most of you know, I don't have a history of bragging or boasting that Five Ash Roofing is the best roofer in the Memphis area, but did you know we are the only diamond level roofing professional in the area? We are one of very few local roofing companies that have been in business for 20 years. We've never had a justified claim against us. We are locally owned and family operated. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingles. We're experts in insurance claim. We do residential and commercial work. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. We support local youth sports and St. Jude's. We have worked with churches and veteran services to help those in need by providing services at a deep discount or even for free. We are currently working with Young Life to give them a free roof on the historic log cabin in Germantown. Five Ash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
This 4th of July, eat like you got the whole summer off with Kingsford. Just fire up that charcoal and grill some lip-smacking, falling off the bone, died and gone to heaven so good you could ugly cry ribs, or hot dogs, or heck, grill a whole hog. It ain't summer if you ain't eating good, so what are you waiting for? Kingsford, start something. Grab a bag at your nearest Home Depot.
You have to be up in 5 hours. 2 hours. 6 minutes, and you haven't slept a wink. ZzzQuil Pure Z's is a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake with no next-day grogginess. So tonight, try new ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. Also available as a tablet in the vitamin aisle at CVS.
At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, That vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
The forensic analyst searched for clues to the house fire.
Could that be
starch? Suddenly it came together. The fire was started by
an over-microwaved potato?
Covered July 25th, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
What is up? Welcome back into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour where, man, we like to have a lot of fun. We also like to talk what's going on around in the sports world. We take a break from the sports world and talk about funny things. And we also like to talk about what's going on in the community, like Reach Memphis. I really, really dig what they're doing. I hope some of you people heard that segment. A lot of people out there could benefit from that. Also, it was cool, over at that... basically the middle school, high school type, college preparatory school. What is the name of the school that you go to, Marquette? Because I want to know what that is. That thing is pretty cool. What is it called?
Northfield Mount Vernon? Herman.
Man, that thing, yeah, I like it. I like the fact that my man, Coach Reed, was listening. Glad that he texted in. But also, I'm very glad this other guy texted. I don't know who this is, but they texted in something, and I copied and pasted it to pull it up. And it is a unbelievable report. It's about LSU football player Vidal Alexander getting a six-figure payout from John Paul Funes. Now, the reason this is important...
Vidal, he's been in the league and everything
he's,
for a while,
2016, right? He was drafted by the Oakland Raiders. From 2012 to 2016... Alexander was a 4-year starter at LSU. Y'all remember him. He's been playing for Oakland for a long time. But the reason this is important is because Funes admitted in federal court he embezzled more than $550,000 over a 7-year period, stealing gift cards meant for cancer patients, flying family and friends to LSU and New Orleans Saints football games, sending monies to persons who did little or no work for the foundation he held to get these people to come to the University of course, LSU, to come to Louisiana State University. He just pled guilty. He talks about Rohan Davey, other players. I'm wondering what this is going to turn into, and I just want to thank the texter because I can tell you one thing. I'm going to be checking into this bad boy. And plus, tomorrow, don't forget, we got my good buddy from the Tri-State Defenders. Lee's going to come on over tomorrow, and we're going to talk, and we're going to tear it up. Plus, we got to talk about this NFL action, some of these quarterback, these numbers.
You just led me right into this. I have to leave the listeners with this today. Drew Brees just was awarded $6.1 million in a diamond fraud case over the engagement rings that he bought for his wife back in the day while he was in San Diego. So he got them. Yeah, they oversold them. They said they were worth 15. They weren't worth that. So he got awarded $6 million.
That is awesome, dude. We got so much stuff. Don't touch that dial. Brett and Dave are coming up next. Tomorrow's show is going to rock and roll. I cannot wait. But until then, get out there and make the world a better place. And I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about genetically modified ingredients?
Don't like them.
Artificial flavors and colors?
No thanks.
Clean ingredients.
Now that I like.
When you care about what's in things and what's not,